We start with breaking news. Our first video of the plane bringing tri-state native Otto Warmbier back home. This shows the plane during a stop in Alaska on its flight from North Korea. It was the first time Warmbier had been on American soil in months. And you can see someone put an American flag on top of that aircraft as well. It's now somewhere over Canada en route to Lunken Airfield. Good evening, everyone. Warmbier is expected here in a matter of hours after being released by North Korea. That welcome news, though, comes with a grim revelation. Warmbier's family says their son has been in a coma for more than a year. And here's the latest information breaking just today. As you saw, Warmbier is now on a medevac jet and is scheduled to land at Lunken Airport right around 10 o'clock. Now, his parents told CNN they've had no contact with their son since his arrest in January of 2016. CNN reports that he went into a coma after becoming ill with botulism. He was serving a 15-year prison term for stealing a propaganda poster. For his family, it's been an endless ordeal.
We try as much as possible to function. We have two younger kids, and we try to function as a family unit that's kind of doing our best to get through each day.
Warmbier's release comes as former NBA star Dennis Rodman is visiting North Korea. Sources tell CNN that visit had nothing to do with Warmbier's release. 9 on Your Side has crews at Lunken Airport, UC Medical Center, where Warmbier will be taken as soon as he lands. I-Team reporter Hillary Lake is digging into what prompted Warmbier's release now, and she explains how his declining health possibly played a key role.
These are the last public sights and sounds we have of Otto Warmbier. Tearful words uttered at his trial in North Korea in 2016. A local political expert tells me his value as a prisoner likely diminished as his health did.
I want to extend my sympathies to them because it's just horrible, and it's a horror that just keeps multiplying.
For Dr. Laura Neek, how Wyoming native Otto Warmbier ended up captive in North Korea is distressing.
As a political scientist, I'm going to talk about his son as if he was just a bargaining chip, because I think that in many ways that's what he was.
Neek, who's a professor at Miami University, tells the 9 on Your Side I-Team she finds the timing of Warmbier's release strange. What's North Korea get out of this?
That's what I ask, because both sides, both governments are very transactional. I give you something, you give me something back, and it's always just about the transaction. So we get the release of this very ill student, and that's a good thing. But we don't know what North Korea gets. They get something. They didn't do this just for goodwill. If they were doing it for goodwill, they would have done this last year when he allegedly fell ill.
His family says they found out last week their son wasn't just locked up behind bars for the past 17 months. He was also locked inside his own body in a coma.
So you might think, well, maybe because Mr. Warmbier was not well anymore. He was in a coma. Because of that, he had diminished value to the regime, and because of that, they wanted to offload him.
Last week, the State Department found out about Warmbier's condition and demanded his release on humanitarian grounds.
We probably won't know much of the details about this for a long time.
So far, Warmbier's family has only released a statement. It says, in part, "We want the world to know how we and our son have been brutalized by the pariah regime in North Korea. We are so grateful that he will finally be home with people who love him." Hillary Lake, 9 on Your Side.